for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks for taking some time every day to hang out with me. Welcome back to Metropolis Monday. And for today's video, we are going to build your own quad. There are a bunch of sections in this palette that could make a perfect quad. Now, I was looking at the palette and I'm thinking to myself, all right, which section of the palette have I not used yet? There were two sections. There was this quad and then this quad. Riri chose this quad right here, and I said, oh, I'll just do the one to the left of you. So this is what we're working with. This blue shade right here was really calling for me. I've been a sucker for the color blue, Papa Blue, for as long as I can remember, and I just wanted to still maximize as many shades that I could using this palette. Plus, when I look at this palette, I automatically think of a fun neutral look with a pop of color on the lower lash line. Might go with that because all the other looks I have created with this palette have been quite bold, so I was thinking of trying to do a more wearable look but still make it bold. I will link our previous Metropolis Monday videos as well as my collabs playlist to watch previous videos. And if you're visiting from Riri's channel, welcome. Thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you subscribe and give this video a like before you leave. I'm going to quickly swatch the quad just to get an idea of what we're working with. Here are our 4 shades. And there are they swatched. Really excited because this is going to be our cream matte shade, while the other 3 shades are going to be shimmers, metallics, and foils. To kick things off, I am taking the cream matte shade. My favorite brush to blend out these cream eyeshadows have been the Nabla 304. Between the cream matte formula and this brush, it has just been a nice, beautiful, effortless airbrush finish. And I am going to work this shade all over the crease area. Now the only thing that I wish is that I had another matte shade to help diffuse this one, but I think so far it's blending out quite nice. A little bit of this cream formula goes a long way. Next, I'm going to take this shade right here and almost kind of blends in with this shade perfectly. Oh dear. I guess it will be okay. I'm going to take some eyeliner for my lid and waterline. I hope this works out with this shade on the lower lash. Otherwise, I'm redoing my look and starting over. Yeah, this shade, so pretty. Lastly, I'm going to take this shade for the inner corners. Inner corners and lower lash, definitely my favorite part of this look. After creating the eye look, I love the shade right here on the inner corners. It's definitely popping. I did not wet my brush. It was just a dry brush. Same with the blue. After I had swatched it, I thought about that it's going to be a shade that needs to be wet, but it went on the lower lash line. Very smooth, very popping. Those two colors are a great color combination. I did not expect the cream to blend out pretty much like this shade right here. Definitely gets lost. I mean, on the lid, you can kind of tell that it's a little bit more sparkly than the crease. Especially having hooded eyes, it's really hard to distinguish which shade is which. So I guess I won't feel nearly as bad when I put on lashes that the lid is being hidden. I did talk about if the lower lash line was going to work out, I would scrap my look. I was thinking about maybe putting the blue in the inner corner instead. This shade right here on the lid and then the shade that blends in with the crease would have smoked out the lower lash instead. For lashes, I'm going to take the Style Michelle from Lashy-Box, and then I'm going to follow with mascara and eyeliner on my upper waterline. I am living for these lashes with this look. For my face, I'm going to take this side of my Tarte Tarte's Pro Glow palette. First I was thinking maybe a bold lip, but I don't want to take anything away from the lower lash line or the inner corner, so I'm going to go with my current favorite lip doer right now. It is by Lunar Beauty. It is the liquid lipstick in the shade Zaya, and then the gloss in the shade Aurora. And this is the final look. Overall, I really do like it. It's just for me, I really wish there was a little bit more distinguished between the crease and the lid, but it's okay because these lashes are definitely a little bit more on the dramatic side. My lid is hidden anyways. It doesn't necessarily kill this look, but I'm obsessed with the lower lash line and the pop of color in the inner corners. We have one more Metropolis Monday and I'm very sad. I have been loving this series. I've had a lot of fun diving in, playing with this palette, trying a bunch of color combinations I wouldn't have necessarily thought of myself without doing this series with the different prompts that we have used. It's definitely pushed me to be creative, thinking outside of the box, creating these looks. I'm just really glad that we did this series because it finally pushed me to finally use this palette, even though that is $129. Definitely feel like I've gotten my money out of it. After using it 3 times, 3 different looks, I very much so think that this palette was worth it with it being so expensive. It is just a really nice luxury formula to work and play with. I am obsessed with the cream shadows in here. I can't think of any other palette in my collection that brings that unique formula to the table, so that alone I feel that it's worth it. There's also a dupe for this palette by Alter Ego. They tend to dupe a lot of Natasha Denona palettes. I personally have not used Alter Ego. It has been a brand on my radar to eventually try, do side-by-side swatch comparisons as well as looks on the eyes, but that can also be an option. But without testing that brand, it's hard for me to recommend that dupe. I'm not sure how it's going to perform and I don't want it to be a bust for you guys. I would love to know if you guys own this palette. What are some of your favorite color combinations? Have you guys been enjoying Metropolis Monday? Me and Riri have been talking about maybe doing a palette for the month of February. So all of your feedback in the comments below would be super helpful. We have one more challenge left for Metropolis Monday. I hope you guys are excited for that. Don't forget to check out her quad and look. Her video will be linked in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, I appreciate your view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.